What is up, guys? RJ Makes Animations here, and I'm back with another one of these turtle tutorial videos. So, you really enjoyed the last one, so I'm back. And this time we have a little bit of more complicated piece of code that I built a while ago. All it does is it basically creates a target. Now, if you are a beginner to the turtle function in Python, then I suggest you go to my last video that covered the turtle function. It covers the basics, and I think if you're a beginner, you should really start there. But if you think you can handle just a little bit more complex code, you can come right here, and we'll get started. So now, here is what the code looks like. So right now, if I run the code, it's gonna build a target, like one you would find in a shooting range. First of all, it builds a circle, draws lines, and builds little circles in the middle. As you can see, that's how this has a little bit more complex code than the last one, so that's what I'm gonna go over. Starting off, we have a new way to simply import turtle. So last time we used import turtle st. This time we're going to use from turtle import asterisk. Basically, what this does is it shortens the ways we have to write. So instead of forward, we can write fd. Instead of right, we can write RT. Instead of backwards, we can write BK. And instead of left, we can write LT. Now, before I go over all this code, I first have to show that this is the pen up function right here. And what it does is it, like how you would lift your pen up, it just stops drawing. And this is the pen down function, like you would put your pen down, it just starts drawing again. This is the width function, it increases and decreases the width of your pen. And this is the circle function. It essentially, all it does is it creates a perfect circle wherever you want it to. This is the color function. Python has a certain color palette which you can follow. So yeah, that's what we have. And this function, I just had it because it doesn't really do anything in this specific piece of code, but I thought I'd show you guys. This is the undo function. It's just like how you would undo whatever you're doing. It just undoes the last piece of code you wrote. That's it. So, and finally, we have one last piece of code that I have to show you guys before we get started, is the goto function. Well, we've already covered range loops, and this is the goto function. Now, after this function, after line 42, there's nothing really that it doesn't really have anything to do with the target. But I've just created a loop where you just wait for a while, so that I can show you guys how it works, because that's the only way I know how to make it wait. So basically, it goes into the corner with the goto function, and it just keeps going in a circle, in a circle, in a circle. So now, let's get started. So at the beginning of the code, all I do is turn right 90 degrees, which makes me face downwards. After that, I pull my pen up and go forward 100 pixels. And then I put my pen back down. I increase my width of my pen so that I get that thick paint, thick drawing. And then I go left, and then I create a circle for 100 pixels. Now, circle 100 means the radius of the circle will be 100 pixels. and that's what you want to do. So that'll be really useful when we go to the next part. But keep watching. Now, home function basically just brings you back to the starting spot where you were at the beginning. Now, undo really doesn't do anything. But anyways, color red. It just changes your color to red. It's really simple. Make sure you have these quotes around it. After that, we have FD, which stands for forward. We're going 150. We turn left a full 180 degrees. And then we'll go forward 300. What that does is it creates a nice red line for us, which is the start of our red thing. If I just run that code so we can visualize what we have so far. That's our circle. Then we have that line. This is the next part. Next part, next part, next part. We haven't covered this yet. So, after we have this first part, which creates a red line, we have another part, which creates the red line. Except this time, we do it on a vertical line. Right after we like go back home, like which is the beginning, and then we go home again, but this time we change our color to black for the outer ring of the circle. If I can show you. So this is the outer ring. And then we have a red ring, and then we have a white ring. Oh. So, forward, and we do that same thing twice, then we go back to the middle. And then we change our color to black for the first ring. We put our pen up, we go back 20 pixels to get ready for that 20 pixel circle. We turn right 90 degrees, we put our pen down, and then we make our circle. We do the same, and then we go back to the middle, which I could have just done from home. Not sure why I didn't do it from home. Must have been tired, I don't know. Anyways, now we change our color to red. And we put our pen up, and we set up for our 10 pixel circle. We do that. It's the same as this, except we have 10 pixels instead. So actually, I'm quite sure instead of all this, we could actually delete all this code and just write home. And anyways, and then we have a 5 pixel circle that we make right after, which is a white dot. And we put our pen up. And this is just waiting code. We go to 300 minus 300 coordinates, which is just basically a corner, and which is just basically a corner. And we just have a range loop of just spinning in the middle, just so that we can wait. So now we go over this code again. Now, here's our outer circle. We create the red line, make another red line, and now we have our black circle, then the red circle, and then the white circle, and then we're just waiting in the corner. So we go, and we have the outer circle, then the red circle, and then the white circle. That is just a simple piece of code that I created. It's a little bit more complicated than the piece of code that I created in the last video. Hopefully you learned some functions, and we'll see you in the next one.